Hey, hello. Good evening, everyone. This PT. Welcome to the Brickanista Broadcast Network and our review of episode 4 for season 4. And I have Naomi. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. She had an emergency, but she sends her apologies. But she'll be here next week. So right now, I would like to just jump right in to our guests, and let's start with Paul and Nealita. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I just wanted to see Paul, are you who's into is that you into architecture?
That is me. Yes, absolutely.
So I'm going to get a little plug for Bricks Cascade. Bricks Cascade, Jeannie Jonas, who's the theme coordinator, has this thing she started last year at the con called Portals. And this is kind of the scale. It's just an 8x16, but you make a portal. She says portals, but a doorway. Some people have done, like, I've got another one that's an actual like spaceship door with a red rotating light in the corner that I added for. But this was something that we did that she did. I didn't do this. I'm preparing for next year's convention. So in 2024, I'll bring a bunch
awesome
bunch of portals. But they're fun because they're smaller builds.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take a lot to make it happen. But yeah, this is just this one it's kind of like to imagine what's beyond the door is what she was going after. What would be behind this door. Obviously, it's someone who's I would say very anal and clean and very black and white. It's kind of what I was going for.
No, I love that though. That's awesome.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about and I'll start with Nealita. Tell me a little bit about your journey. When did you start building with Lego?
Well, I started honestly probably when I was a baby. I don't know, Paul could probably answer that better. He literally is the one that actually like got me into Lego. So ever since I could remember, honestly, I literally been playing with like Lego and stuff. Honestly, but when Paul moved out, I really just kind of drifted away from it. Since now it's like when I was like 9 years old, around then. And now we're just like brought back together again, and it's so cute, and I love it.
So Paul, did you take all your Lego out when you moved?
I did, yeah. So I've been building since I was a kid, since I was about 2, 3, 4 years old, something like that. And we are 9 years apart, so our age difference is pretty stark.
Yeah.
But then once I was out of high school and college, I took the Lego with me, and she was left on her own with no Lego at all. So
you left your but you didn't leave Lego. That's crazy to me.
That is what it is. I have my priorities, so that's what it came down to, really. Yeah. But yeah, I was building in college. I was building after college, so I never really stopped building. But we have not built together since we were kids. Since you were what, probably 9 years old or so. So it's a long time ago for you. Because now you're what? You're 20. How old are you again? 20.
That's crazy.
What's your age?
24.
24. So it's been 15 years since we built together. And
wow.
A long time. But it was really great to reconnect on the show.
That's too funny. So wait, if you took all the Lego out, so then you had no Dark Ages, Paul? When you just took it with you and you kept building through college and high school?
So I went to college in my hometown, Milwaukee. So the longest I did not build was like across the semester. I would, even during winter breaks, I brought my Lego from our house to campus, to our dorm room, but I would build things in my dorm room. So that was awesome. So there were actually no true Dark Ages for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You might have been one of the few that I've met that have had like no Dark Ages.
Yeah, it's actually surprising to me too, honestly. So yeah.
There's a few that I've met they just never stopped building. They always had Lego around. I drifted somewhere in high school, and then I was a junior in college, and that's when I kind of jumped back into it.
That's so Nealita,
Nealita, when did you get back into it? Was it for this season?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
It
it
was.
was.
He paired up and said, "I need a partner. Come on, sis, let's do this."
Oh, me. Yeah, basically.
That is
Well, I
cool.
chose you because not for obviously your Lego building, because of your personality. I'm very quiet and reserved, and you're the opposite of me completely. You're very outgoing and not afraid to speak your mind. And honestly, that worked out really well for us, I think.
Oh, how funny. Oh, and I apologize. See, this is Naomi who normally does this. Real quick, there's some chat that I missed. You have Debo just finished rewatching the episode. Hyped for this. Hey, Debo, good evening. How are you? Oh, Timmy L. Hey, Paul and Lenita. Great to see you. We have Lewis on here. He says, "Hey, Lenita and Paul." Oh, and then Lewis says, "Miss you."
We miss him too. We miss you too, Lewis.
Yeah, we have Brick Jedi saying ahoy hoy. He's in the house.
Hey.
And then Debo Brick says Paul has true Brick continuity. Yes, that is true, Debo. If he had no Dark Ages, I mean, he's one of those, I don't know, unicorns, or just someone who's there's very few people like that I've met. They kind of separate and then they come back to it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Nealita, you came back because your brother said, "Hey, let's do this," and jumped right in.
I'm like, okay, I gotta learn. Teach me how to do it for real. I gotta know.
Well, that is cool. So how was it for you kind of being reconnected back to it then?
It was fun, but also very stressful at times. Let's be honest here. We had our moments where things did not go great. I will say our worst build, in my opinion, was the volcano challenge. If you notice, we did not receive much airtime, and that was on purpose because we had an awful build with that challenge.
That bad.
Yeah, it was really bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was awful.
See, and that's the issue. He's so hard on himself. It's like
that internal critic. I understand. I kind of get that way, and I'll build something and then I'll leave it alone because it's not right. Then you come back to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't have that luxury on the show.
Mm-mm.
Well, here's the thing. So actually, we had misinterpreted the rules of the challenge. Actually, had to rebuild our volcano 2 hours into it from scratch.
Oh wow!
We lost a lot of time with that, and our final result was not what we wanted it to be, unfortunately. So
Timmy,
we were bottom two.
But like Tim said, the lava worked great.
Yeah,
it worked. It worked. It worked.
Though, says, yeah.
It wasn't great for me, at least. I have high standards, so
gotcha.
Yeah.
So for getting back together, did you guys prep? How did you prep for this, or what did you guys do? Have some weekends together or something, or?
So we live 6 hours apart.
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah, so not really. I
told her
go buy a Lego set and go build something. Practice, yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's all right. Well, that's cool. So I'm assuming, Paul, you're the one who applied originally for the LEGOMasters.
I applied, yeah, and I am so actually I had to drive to Wisconsin to interview with her. That was a while ago now. Actually, I've not been back to Wisconsin since our interview, so it's been a long time.
That's crazy.
At this point, yeah.
Crazy.
It's been a while.
So what do you guys like? What do you like building? I mean, just what in your free time? If you've never left it, I mean, what are you building? That I guess you always build. And Nealita, and I don't know for you, it's probably reconnecting buying sets. So I'll ask you after Paul finishes, what set did you buy first to practice with? But go ahead, Paul.
So I typically build micro-scale cities. I have a master's degree in architecture. I'm not really using it right now. Long story with that. But I've always loved buildings. I've loved cities, things like that. However, since the show, I've started building what I call baby scale. So using the baby figures as like adults, essentially. So that's roughly half a minifigure scale. It's a big jump for me, but I love all the detail that comes with that. So, but still relates to cities and buildings, things like that. Yeah.
Do you don't build Micropolis, do you?
No, it's bigger than that. No,
so you go bigger.
My micro scale was smaller than that, but now baby scale is bigger than Micropolis. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm a big Micropolis fan.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I've actually gone to a few conventions and I'll brag. I picked up a few awards with some of my builds. So
Oh, really? Nice.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Some friends got me into it. And I just loved because I'm kind of into architecture. I never was into an architect, but I enjoy buildings and design and all that stuff. What's Debo says here? Baby scale is perfect for the BBN. Yes, that's true. The Brickanista broadcast. If Naomi was on, she would tell you that she has a super sewer baby. You know,
Oh,
the little
yes.
yes, and she has a whole storyline and all the super sewer baby friends, and and they're
That's awesome.
superheroes that go out. But yeah, she does a lot of baby scale.
That's cool.
So Nealita, what was that first set?
Well, actually, the first set I actually made Paul buy. And I'm just being honest.
You still owe me for that, by the way. You owe me for that set.
I did. The dog creator set, right?
Yes.
There you
yes.
go.
Yes, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You got it from Target, right? Yeah. Yep.
Oh, funny.
I'm waiting for payment. That's nice. It's been a while now.
I mean, we could count that as a Christmas gift, early birthday gift, So.
Okay. Not really, but okay.
Oh, looks like brick. Oh, what's say? Oh, Debo says PTS microscale chops certified. Yes, Debo, I do. I have a few little trophies in the old case there. And Brickaroo Bonsai. Ahoy hoy, good evening. How are you? Sorry, trying to stay up with the chat.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. Now, especially with Naomi gone, if I click the wrong button and do something, it will happen because I did that last time. I think I was running the show and I don't know. I don't know. So be forgiving. So if you're building microscale or building this baby scale is what you've been building lately. Okay.
Yeah, it's all modular. For now, I'm up to 12 base plates. I'm shooting for, this is a pipe dream almost, but I'm shooting for 50 for Brick Road Chicago next summer. So that might be a lot for me, but we'll see. That will be there displaying. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, real quick, if they want to see some of these builds, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Nealita.
Oh, no, I said I'll be there too,
Hey, there you go. Where can they see? Do you post any of this on Instagram or anything?
I do post occasionally, not very often, but I actually did share one yesterday on Instagram. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go take a look at it there.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, that's all right. Well, if we want to jump right in, we can do this review. Let me see. See here, this is where I'm gonna mess something up. Watch this. Let's see. Hey, all right, there we go. I got that right. Let's see if I can move a slide now. Oh, maybe not. There we go. All right. So this was challenge. You guys had there were 9 sounds up there. So let me ask you, when you saw them, did you know which sound you wanted to go after? And did you get it?
We wanted squeak, right? We wanted squeak, didn't we? I think we did.
I think we did roll squeak. But
I mean, I wasn't married to it, but it's like, oh, let's go with squeak, and we happened to get it. So it's like, oh, okay, let's see what it sounds like. So one of those things, like if we get there first, so be it. If not, no big deal.
Gotcha. Yeah. I know some people just like, oh, and they just think they have this idea instantly, and they make charge towards it at a good speed and.
Yeah, Paul.
Okay.
Is he the one that runs for him?
Yes,
I'm not sure why it's me. I don't know why it's me, but yeah, it has been.
You should send the baby sister. Say.
Yeah. Yeah, you run fast. All the camera shots you're running, it should be you doing that.
That's too funny. Yeah, we'll go here we go through. Let's see. So Tim and Tim had Twinkle.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are everyone's gonna have to check out the show or the broadcast to see what the actual sounds are, because they're not what you think they are. They seem to be a little more extended. Let's see, Allison and Melanie, and they had Snarl, and then Emily and Kelly had Badonk.
That was definitely misleading.
Yeah, I would probably say that is probably out of all of them. That was pretty misleading. That is funny. Let's see. Poppy and Ben, and they had, what was that? Raw?
Rar, yeah,
Rar?
yeah.
There W on that one?
There's
Yeah,
RAWR. Yep.
yeah. And then then of course we had you guys, and you guys had Squeak.
Week.
Sweet.
So let me ask you, what was the first thing when you hit it? What did you think in that sound?
So before that, actually, I had an
Ah!
idea. I had an idea to actually make a library cart that has a squeaky wheel. That was my
Oh,
first thought.
yeah.
Then I actually heard the sounds. Like that was not going to be possible at all to do. That. Completely different than I thought it would be. So yeah, we were a little concerned at first. Like it's not actually a squeak. It was a weird squeak. It was a really had like a weird ending to the sound, I would say. So we were a little stumped at first on how to actually implement that into a build.
Do you know how long? Because all the sounds seem to be like a similar length. Were they like 15 seconds or something like that?
No, it was like what 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds, pretty short.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty short for ours. But our first thoughts were not possible to actually build. We actually heard the sound.
Her first thoughts, because this would cause the first argument, because you thought it was the library wheel squeaking, and I thought it was like a baby toy squeaking. So that was
before we heard it. Yeah, you're right. Before we heard the sound, we had these thoughts. Like I thought cart for library, you thought baby toy. So we had different ideas, but didn't work anyway for that after hearing the sound.
Yeah, although you kind of merged. I don't know. I was gonna say when we get into your build. I mean, it kind of could be if you be a cart, and you definitely
somewhat.
And a little mouse could have been a squeaky toy, but yeah, no, that's all right. Oh, let's see. Aubrey and them, they had, what did they, I can't even read that. Oh, brr. They had that brr that kind of went wow, wow, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that did not describe the sound very well, personally.
No, it did not. It did not. That is crazy. And then Christopher and Robert, and they had Zap.
I could see that for theirs. I could see a little bit. Yeah, I feel like their build too definitely goes along with their sound name.
Yeah.
And then Nina and Sam had Boing.
That was not my first thought for their what they ended up actually making. It was obviously a clock sound, but just seeing the word does not describe what was actually happening with the sound, in my opinion, with theirs.
Yeah. Sorry, jumping up here. Debo said Squeaks was a great build.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And he just rewatched the show, so he's on top of it. Jedi, Brick Jedi, those sounds were unique for sure. Yes.
Definitely were.
Oh. And then, boom, who'd we have? Oh, Lewis and Alex, and they had Aha. Was that right? But it was.
I think it's
Aha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and it was very different, obviously too. That was not,
yeah. I will say theirs was my favorite.
Yes,
build.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A little sound envy.
They should have won, in my opinion, personally. But
out of the builds, you like their builds. Okay.
Out of the builds, yes. Out of the builds.
Yeah.
For this round. Yeah.
No, I would have agreed. I think when we get there, I think what really took it is just the scale of.
It was a scale.
Large, yeah.
Yep. That was down to.
And I don't know about you, but if you're a micro builder or small builder, you're all into details and kind of the concept, but going big sometimes can be difficult. So
yes.
All right, real quick, the brief. So these are your sounds, and it was build it by ear, and so you had to take your sound and turn it into a brick form. They wanted you to build big, build creative, and then they wanted one movement, so you had to use power functions. And they ended up giving you guys 10 hours. And what does Lewis say? Did I mention I love Paul? Yeah, I suppose if they had a popular vote, everyone can, drop a token in and Which I will say they did do that on Lego Masters Australia season 2, the final, the final with the 3 contestants, 3 groups.
Mhm.
They had the public come in, and I think the public was I forgot how many. There was like 60% of the vote.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
That's
then, but
interesting.
the thing is Robin Sather, who's a professional certified builder for Lego.
Mhm.
Actually, he was the first professional certified builder. He had a token that was whatever, like 40 votes or something, and so it was gonna wherever he put it, that was probably going to be the one. You would have had to be really super popular to counterbalance that.
I
But it
see.
was interesting. It was what was cool is they all came in and to see the reaction of adults and kids to the builds, because they all had motion, and lighting in it, and it was really cool. So
That's
that I
pretty
enjoyed.
awesome. Yeah.
And so let's get whoops. There we go. Let me get right into it. So Poppy and Ben were first up, and they had the Hydra attack.
No,
What'd
I
you guys?
love theirs. They had a lot of great detail in there. I think actually their build fit very well with their sound. So I think definitely top 3 for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same for me. A lot of good color detail.
Yeah, great color in there. Yeah, it was awesome.
I don't know if this is true, but it looked like Ben right out the gate was building those Hydra heads pretty quick because it just seemed the next time they showed him, he already had the top half of their head and their neck built already, and I was like, whoa! I don't know if that was actually true or if they just sliced that in at a certain time.
I can't recall offhand actually. Don't remember offhand, but yeah, I think they're both very good at sculpting creatures and obviously details. So this is really a great build in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. They had that little truck move back and forth, and then they
Mhm.
had those airplanes there zipping around.
Yeah, a lot of great movement in here.
Yeah, I really did like those Hydra heads. How you put them together pretty quickly and the shaping.
Yeah, those were awesome. 100%. Yeah.
Let's see. Christopher and Robert, Alien Conquest 2 Electra Boogaloo.
This was a massive build. I mean, just oh my gosh, just just crazy how they pulled that off, honestly. Great build. Wasn't my favorite though. I think it was like maybe number 4 or 5 personally, but overall I think it was good. Um, I think for the sound personally, it was a little bit too on the nose for me, I would say.
When they were trying to go, yeah, because they were trying to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
creative with it, and
But overall, I think the build quality itself is great. Just the sound, I just
yeah,
wanted a different take on it, essentially.
yeah. Well, I also enjoy the little farmer builds that they
Oh yeah,
had.
those are great too. Yeah, those are
Those
awesome.
were kind of cool. Just adding those. Again, I kind of go small. I like smaller builds, so I kind of prefer those things.
Yeah.
And I had a little alien guy. Sorry, there was a picture of him on the top there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is great though. I love this.
So, what kind of minifigs do they have there in the build pit?
Um, Nothing too crazy that we saw. I mean, this is a relatively basic minifigure parts in there, and it's not a lot either.
Really?
Leading not a lot of good, not a lot of parts in general for minifigures.
Yeah.
Nini,
Oh, I'm sorry.
what are you doing?
No, I was listening. I was looking at the picture. I'm
Oh, okay.
He's enthralled with the builds.
yeah. I'm like, oh, how did they do it? Like, cause I didn't see like this much detail when I was there. Like,
Well, you weren't that close, really. That's the thing. You
Yeah.
missed a lot.
like wow, they really just.
Yeah.
I mean, they are very detail-oriented builders. I will say that they truly are. And honestly, I'm worried about them. Can we get past them? I don't know if we can. It's very tough.
Yeah. EB Good says, Paul and Nealita, you two are amazing.
Oh, thank you. You're amazing too.
And what I have? Oh, Debo says, rail tracks help you get big quick.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. And Brick Jedi was expecting the UFO ship to actually spin instead of I guess, the beaming
That
or
would
the
make
beckoning.
sense. Yeah, that was. I mean, but also I was impressed with the balance as well. I mean, that's a lot to managed right there. But overall, I think it's solid.
Yeah.
I think if they would have had the UFO spin, they may have been in the top 2, but didn't quite get there.
Yeah. And EB Good, thoroughly enjoyed watching you two build. All right. You got a fan there. Coming out. Let's see. Aubrey and Ryan. Mess on Brick Jupiter.
They call it. Oh my goodness.
So this one, personally, was my least favorite. Hey, if they're watching this, I'm sorry, guys, but
Right, nothing but love, but
as mentioned in the review for them, their ship should have been a lot larger in comparison to their landscape. The colors, I'm not a fan of it. I get it. I'm not a huge fan of it personally. It just looks a little bit unpolished, but I get what they were going for. It's an alien landscape. It's a little bit different. I get that. But just with the ship too, just seeming a little bit basic.
Yeah. Well, did you get to see? Yeah, did you get to see his original build that he was kind of building with the ship and these big blue kind of wing things? Okay.
Yeah, we did. It did not work for them, unfortunately. So I think just they had to kind of pivot away, and did not work out for them.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if the ship was bigger, it would have been like, whoa, okay. But the background is literally just like taking it away. So
honestly, I was shocked they were not eliminated from the show.
Oh, off of this build?
Off this build. I was really shocked by that. I know you were too, Nene, as well. Yeah.
A little bit. I mean,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But this was of the 4 challenges, this was their only bad build, I would say. That has an effect, in my opinion. So yeah.
Well, we've seen this. It only takes one bad build to go off. You could have won the first 3 challenges, but you have a bad build. And
you see, Nina and Sam, they won the first 2 challenges. They were the bottom 2 in the 3rd episode, so it could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah. I would just say when I saw the ship and the weight, I said, I would have gone with a bigger ship, but just anchored, pivoted on one side, so that took the weight, and then your motor should have been able to lift it up like that.
Yeah,
that way versus trying to lift a whole thing with. I know because I was trying to do a great ball contraption. Not a great ball contraption. I was trying to do a scene from Star Wars, where they were crashing on the Endor moon. Now I can't even think of the term. What is that? What's the big? My God, the Death Star that crashed on the moon, and they went there, and Rey and Kylo have their fight amongst the waves. Well, the waves, when you watch that, I go, these waves are amazing. Just these big motions going up and down. I bought a bazillion, translucent dark blue bricks and stuff, and I was trying to do with some white caps and do these motions, and it got heavy, and the motors were having a hard time lifting, and I said, this isn't going to work.
It's a challenge with weight sometimes. Yeah.
So that I've gone through that before, but it wasn't under competition, under 10-hour time strain. So
that's another thing. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. That was just a little close-up shot with their little alien dudes that they created.
And I actually like those details added to there versus having a plain landscape. It added some stories here and there, but wasn't quite enough to overcome the small ship, really.
It's just the background, the color they chose is just so out there.
I could not get past the orange and yellow at all. I could not.
All right, so it's a
sorry.
Just don't like that color. All right.
I feel bad. Right. They're great builders, though. They're a great team.
We got Lewis and Alex monkeying around.
This one was great. I mean, this one really it embodies what their profession. I mean, the monkeys are a perfect analogy for students, and just the movement as well, which is amazing. I love this build so much.
Yeah, that one monkey swinging from the tree. Sorry.
And I love how the classroom kind of breaks away into like a jungle too. That's just amazing, that transition. So
great build. This has to be.
That's my favorite build. Yeah.
Woo. This is a great build. I just keep remind me of being in high school a little bit. Like I used to be monkeying around.
Yeah. From what I heard. Yeah.
It's funny. One of the little details that when I was watching, I caught, and you can see it here, is the chalkboard and having the little kind of lettering, and just have it fade off. That was a neat little detail
Mhm.
that they added, and it was just like, oh, it added a nice kind of saying everything's going crazy.
Mhm.
Reinforce that.
It's really great. Yeah, you got the chalkboard. You have the flooring going into like the forest. You have the wall breaking down to towards the right side a little bit. I just love all of it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So Brick Jedi says super clean, solid build.
Yes.
Grandma Blue Brick says so many monkey stories.
And also the monkeys too are very well sculpted as well. I love that. There's a lot of
Yeah.
detail in there, but you can still see them as students too. So I love it all.
Yeah. There's kind of he's this one in the foreground is a little fuzzy, but
And you can see the expressions as well on there too. I love it. The eyebrows and the eyes. It's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really, 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 really good build. All right. Allison and Melanie, Monster Meal.
So actually, this was not mentioned in the episode, but this build was inspired from our relationship. So like I'm the red monster, she's the yellow monster. She's annoying me by playing me, annoying me. Actually, yeah, that's actually what happened. So because of all of our arguing in the past episodes, they use us inspiration to build this scene. So it's actually really cool to see that.
The only thing I wished on this one was that the head actually just rotate kind of back and forth versus a spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that just requires a little more gearing and axle arm, but yeah, that would have been perfect. But their sound and the story they built around the sound, I thought was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is, because the head's spinning, and so
Yeah, there she is annoying me once again, as always. So
so do you snarl at her?
yes, of course.
And give her the mean eyes?
Yeah, just like that. Exact facial expression.
Let me see your mean eye.
You want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see.
Okay, hold on.
Hang on. Oh, hang on. Here we go. All right, mean eyes.
You do not look at me.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, funny. That is too funny. Mean eyes.
Well, I love their colors. I love their sculpting. It's a solid build.
Yeah. And I noticed and let me go back here just real quick. I noticed they had these little people. Were they like, and they were headless. I didn't catch. I wasn't sure what.
I don't recall why they were headless. Do you remember? I can't recall exactly. I don't know why.
Did they pull the heads off them and eat them?
They may have, but they're also still alive. I don't know.
Yeah, because they were kind of carrying food and stuff, so I wasn't quite sure.
I don't recall the backstory of that.
I don't know about that one.
That's all right. All right.
Is that ours?
We go. Here's your build.
Just kidding.
Who stole my cheese?
So this was inspired from my kids. My son, Crew, represents the baby, and then my daughter, who was older, but she likes to mess with him, likes to take things from him. So in this case, he is actually eating cheese because we're from Wisconsin. He loves cheese, and she is trying to take away his cheese. So in this scene, you see him stomping on the mouse, represents my daughter. So he's trying to get her to go away from his crib and from the cheese.
Gotcha.
Now, I will say that we are very slow builders compared to other teams. So we can't always build as much as other teams throughout the challenges. So that head and body.
Deliberate builders. You're very deliberate.
Yes, deliberate. There we go. Deliberate. Good choice of words. I love that. The head and body took a while for us to sculpt. I should say me to sculpt. We'll say that.
How long did it take?
Too long. Way too long. So I'm used to building micro scale. So like this for me is a lot. It's really out of my comfort zone, but I love the way it turned out for the most part. We didn't have time to finish the arms, like you can see here, but we got most of it done. And sculpting the mice too, something I'm not really used to doing. We figured it out though, and then once I had one done, Nini helped make the rest of the mice that are throughout the scene.
Which I use dogs to help, when I remembered how to do that.
So the dogs helped you out for something. Yeah, exactly. Because we used the same technique, but for the mice in this build. So it actually was really helpful, your practice. So thank you for practicing.
Very good. Well, Brick Jedi says this build is rad. Debo says baby versus mouse is an age-old struggle. We had baby versus dog at our house, Debo. Yeah.
So with this build, actually, unfortunately, we did not think about balance. So the entire baby is balanced on the right leg that we see from my perspective. So it was actually very uneven. The leg that moves up and down on the left side actually not attached all to the body. It's separate.
Oh, it's just underneath and just kind of moving
up and down. So actually, once our review was over, we moved the build off of the stage. It fell over and broke. We had to rebuild it.
So. And he blamed it on me, of course.
Because you carried it wrong or something happened, but it was your fault. It definitely was your fault.
Hey. Oh, I do have. Okay, so here's the answer. Timmy Al, this is back on Melanie and Allison's build. The monsters are eating the people. Minifigs are the ants stealing the picnic food.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Timmy
Thanks,
Al.
Tim.
Appreciate
Thank you, Tim.
Oh, hey, and Brickanista is in the chat.
Oh, there
she
we
says,
go.
What an awesome build.
Thanks.
Thank you.
She said, loved your baby build. All right. Hey, Naomi, I hope everything's okay. And we'll see you next week. Oh, here's a close-up of the mouse.
Violet.
That was my daughter. Also, use purple because her name's Violet, so that works out pretty well.
Wow. There's some symbolism all in this.
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
So we actually, I'm not sure if it's a picture of this, but the carpet texture, that was your idea, Nealita, right? That was your idea?
Yes. Yes. Actually, the color choices were my idea too.
So if you look at the bottom left right there, a little bit of that, we use the taps to create kind of a carpet texture for like a kid's or baby's bedroom. Hard to see from this angle.
What is that? It's the
taps, I don't know what to call it. They're called taps, right?
Are they just little one by one rounds?
No, not round. It's hard to explain.
Water.
Like a keg tap, or like from a. Yeah.
Is that what those are?
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle, but.
Yes, my fingers were hurting. I put them all down.
A lot of pieces put down. We actually used the entire supply of the taps.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Whew. There's some deliberate brick building right there.
We actually had plans to do other colors, but there wasn't enough available, unfortunately, to do that. It didn't quite work out. But you can see right there also with the block spells out my son's name, so kind of tying it back together with the story as well.
EB Good says, great build, y'all. Love the color choice in the crib, and the baby stomping on the mouse was great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see.
The choice was going to be, because he didn't let me pick the color for none of it.
Timmy Al is telling us it's part 4599A. I will take your word for it.
But what we wanted to do is we didn't quite get to some of the polishing details. We wanted to have like give it more of a dynamic feel. We wanted to have like the bars being broken. Didn't quite get there for the final build.
Yeah.
We wanted to have some more stories around the build itself. Didn't quite get there as well. So it comes back to us being deliberate builders and not having time to finish everything.
Yeah. Look at you learning.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. But it's good. It's good enough. Good enough for us.
And Lewis says the foot action was amazing.
And we also faced a weight issue too with the foot. It was so heavy for what we were doing. So we constantly adjust that to make it lighter.
Running out of colors in the brick pit, such a pain.
Yeah, it is. 100%.
Pivot.
Oh.
Gotta pivot. Yeah.
Yeah. Debo says, hey, Naomi, Timmy Al's. What's he say? I'm working on studio, right? I'm working in studio, right? Okay. I'm not sure what that was going after?
So actually, a backstory with this. So this is not our original idea. Our original plan was to use minifigures actually in this build. We were going to use minifigures, and they were going to go up to soothe the baby as the baby was about to cry because it stepped on, as you mentioned earlier, Nini, like a baby toy essentially, which would be the squeak sound we had. But as we talked to Jamie and Amy, they said we pivot away and have a stronger story. So we use the mice versus using the minifigures.
Yeah, just so the scale will make sense.
Scale 2 was a big thing, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, going up to the big scale is an issue. Now I understand. Timmy Al says, sorry, he's in studio right now, and that's how he found the tap parts they were looking for. He's right there. It's right at his fingertips. $45.99A, right? Oh man.
But overall, I think we did well. I mean, we went big. They want us to go big. We did that. Just we didn't quite finish the details, but overall, we were in the middle. That's good enough for us right now. We'll take that.
It is. I think was it Alex who actually said, I think when they didn't win that, it's like, hey, we only have to win once, and that's at the end.
Exactly. 100%.
And as long as you're not in the bottom two and you kind of stay in that safe zone, you're all right. Of course, it's nice. It's nice to win and get the feather in the cap or whatnot.
So. As long as you don't lose.
As long as you don't lose, you're still in the game. Oh, Emily and Kelly, the lonely robot.
So actually, I love their story, their backstory with this. However, I felt like there could have been some more detail with this build. I think the exposed studs work well for their story, but I just wanted to see some more detail, whether it's more like around the base, around the build itself, or something. It's lacking some of the finishing detail. Same with art as well, too, I would say. But the story was very strong, in my opinion.
Yeah. Actually, even some greebling on the green robot, kind of like what they did with the blue one.
That would have been nice as well. I get why they didn't do it, but it may have helped.
That hammer action was cool because
it was great. No, I love that.
Yeah, the way it came down and it had this swing, kind of a rotation swing. What was that?
I said, oh my God, it's another team we got to watch out for.
I do happen to know Kelly, so that just out of full disclosure. So
they're great though. They're both really strong builders.
Yeah.
And actually, they've come back. They were in the bottom two the first episode, but they've recovered nicely, I think, since then.
Yeah. Well, we have Timmy Al says, any day you don't go home is a good day. That is true.
I'm sorry, Tim.
Yeah. And he says that was one of his favorites. Let's see. Oh, here's a robot face shot.
And actually, that is great. That's a great close-up shot. That's good detail. You get what's going on. There's emotion there too, so I love that.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Nina and Sam. One flew off the cuckoo clock.
I have no idea how they built that much that quickly. I don't understand how they can do that.
Well, I have to say this is the only full length shot. It's so tall in the show. They just kept panning down or up. They never, this is the only full length shot they really have of it.
It is massive. I mean, I just don't understand how I can pull it off. I mean, it's big and they have detail and great movement. I mean, that's trifecta right there, what you need to win a challenge, and they pull it off somehow. I mean,
I don't even know. I'm still like
I'm still shocked by this. I just don't understand why I did this. I mean, it is mind-blowing, really. So this is crazy to me. But yeah, it's great. Definitely deserve to win based off scale alone, but the detail definitely is there too.
Oh, sorry. There was a backing up one real quick. Sorry. Lewis jumped in and said, Emily isn't here, but she'd be mad if I didn't mention that the arm action used a rubber band.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
That's good behind the details because sometimes they don't tell you how things are built. You can kind of guess when you watch the show and then figure out how to rebuild it or how they built it. But no, thanks, Lewis. I appreciate that detail. Too funny. Lewis, the arm action on the robot was great.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. But with Nina and Sam's build, with the motion too of all the gears with different speeds, everything that was just really impressive.
Yeah,
very impressive.
Yeah, I would
And
say
obviously, their sound worked very well with their build.
Yeah, it did. You were talking about action. Here's the little cuckoo bird zipping around. And I do have to say, Naomi knows that I love those little green guys. I kind of like simple little character builds that have, and I was gonna rebuild one, but I don't have enough. There's certain green part, the little arc that I don't have enough of. Um, I like them. I like them so much. They're really cute.
Yeah.
But I also love too, if you go back to the previous slide for a second, you can see like the clock tower's kind of broken away a little bit. You can see the inside of the gears and everything. That's a great detail.
It is. Yeah, because what the cuckoo bird took off and broke apart, and the clock was kind of
Those are awesome.
No, those are.
Yeah, I just don't know how. It took me 10 hours just to do that.
All right. Next up, Tim and Tim, the Great Wilroni.
So actually, go ahead. Go ahead.
I actually like Tim and Tim, especially since they did have to pivot in such little time. It was a great build for everything was great about it. I liked it, honestly. So I didn't see what they had like before, like what the judge was talking about, like treasure chests and all that stuff. All I seen was this. So I'm like, okay, what they talking about? Oh no, they in the bottom wishes.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's why I was still shocked they went home. So I thought it would be Aubrey and Ryan personally. But so there's a lot of great details here. The figures are well designed. I love the storyline, but it still has remnants of a treasure chest, and they kind of pivoted away from that, unfortunately, and that's why they got sent home. But overall, I love the build. I think they should have survived at least one more round, personally.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought the original idea with the big treasure chest and the golden brick, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's, and having fun and putting Will in there definitely makes it adds a little to it. But yeah, the pivot after the pivot, and I don't know mechanically how to structure, that treasure chest unless it was opening it up sideways versus trying to open it up, top, because lifting all that weight here, you would just have to, just the motion and let the hinges take the weight.
It would be challenging.
Yeah.
I think, but for a pivot though, I think it's a really successful build in the time I had remaining to change the idea a little bit around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I love the characters here. This is great. The face, everything. It's a good use of parts.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Again, I like the character builds. That's kind of my thing. I love looking at how people build other characters in different scales I really enjoyed the character. I thought he had great detail. And I had to laugh. I know the judges didn't like it, but when the story of the only person who came to the show was his mom.
Oh yeah.
That was funny. I just started. I laughed.
I love that actually.
I laughed in front of the TV. I just laughed out loud. I thought it was so funny.
Well, they called them out for saying, "Oh, because you didn't have time to actually build more characters." I think this works for me, though. I think it works well.
Yeah, I think so too. But even if it goes with the story, and if they versus saying that it's, I thought that was a little rough saying that it was.
I thought so too personally.
Yeah,
a little harsh, but
yeah. Let's see. Sorry, let me. Lewis Armation, the robot was great. Was the thank you? I don't know. I had mechanical troubles, which led to the pivot. Oh, Timmy Al said that. Yeah. And thanks. Glad everyone appreciated the build. You're welcome. I thought it was a nice build.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I liked it.
So then we go to the results. And we have our top 2 teams, Nina Sam and Lewis and Alex. There again.
Yeah.
A little rivalry. And we didn't talk about it, but that Nina and Sam win, and of course they get the golden brick back, which is interesting. I'm curious to see how that's going to play out going forward.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised they lost it. First team ever lose it. So that was interesting previously.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was. I was like, whoa, and it kind of tells you, misjudging. I know they were making fun. I think it was Christopher kind of sneaking around, looking at other builds. But that's one of those things they say. You just look at you got to read the room and say, where am I? Where would I rank myself?
See, the goal is to always beat one other team. That is the goal.
To beat one other team.
You better than one other team. That's the goal. That's what we use, right? We use that. That was our motto, pretty much.
Hey,
yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. Who was this? You'd be good. We love the Tim's builds, but didn't think they should have been eliminated on this one.
Yeah,
I agree.
This one definitely was a hard one.
That brings it to the final.
The
bottom 2 teams.
If they consider like the past builds and stuff too, Tim and Tim had a lot of great past builds.
Yeah.
Just, I couldn't be a judge because
I think I don't think the judges take past builds into consideration. That's why you have to win every round or be in that safe zone.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it. We're like, oh wow, they won the last 2 challenges. Boom, they're at the bottom 2, and whoa,
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, when you go back and you watch the other seasons and other shows around the world, that you just got to watch and you got to win, or not win. You've got to be in that safe zone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sadly, as we already mentioned, the bottom team that went home that episode was Tim and Tim.
Timinators. I'm so glad they put that in there.
Oh, the Timinators?
Yes.
We had him on the show, and it was funny. We were talking to him, and Naomi wanted to know were they kind of giving you names, or kind of where's that coming from or whatnot, and the Timinators, like but it was nice that he kind of just threw that out and they cut it in. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very nice. All right, and that is the end of our show. Of our slideshow, sorry. I'm beating the clock here. I think Naomi's not around. We're coming up on there. They got Glenn is in the house, and Glenn says they got Timinated. You got to know Glenn. Glenn's a funny guy, and I think he knows them. They're all in Texas, so Glenn's out there. That's too funny. Oh man, crazy eights. Well, Nealita, let me ask you: Are you going back into Dark Ages, or are you building and hanging out with Lego?
Okay, so I actually have been building a little bit more. Well, of course, a little bit more than ever, but yeah. So I've actually been building, and I'm kind of having a Lego class is kind of being put in the works that I'm going to be teaching. So yeah, just a lot more information about that's going to be coming soon too. So excited.
Very nice.
Oh, that's awesome! Congrats.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and Glenn has said some come back in. Yeah, we're all in Texas. Yep, I think I knew that. So, Paul, what's next? What are you working on? Where are you going to go? You guys are said. Well, I know, and we'll get back to conventions, but go ahead. Sorry.
I've been doing some appearances. So I work for the library here. I've been to a couple different Lego clubs and done some appearances there with kids. I have a couple of appearances coming up with some Lego stores. So, for example, I'll be at Atlanta Brick Co. November 11th as a guest there. A couple other ones that I cannot say yet, have not signed contracts with, but stay tuned for that. That'll be on my Instagram. We'll see about that. And also still building. I'm going to expand my baby scale city, and hopefully it grows, and you'll see it in person at Brick World next year.
I'm going to have to go and check out the one you just posted, you said, on your Instagram account.
And actually, if you want to see it, I can show you.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. I'll spotlight you. Go.
Give me 1 second.
All right. Nealita, you want to fill some dead space while brother's away?
Well, let's see. I'm trying to find something. Look,
No, you want.
So
you said you're going to Chicago. You guys are going to Chicago, Brick World Chicago next year?
yes. So it's all up to Paul because I told him to send me all the conventions so that I can figure out which ones I want to go to. But I'm really gonna try to go to mostly all of them, especially like Chicago. I think something in Milwaukee. Did you say something in Milwaukee?
There's a Brickfest Live coming to Milwaukee at some point next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, let me spotlight you here. Here we go.
So this is just one building. This is more of a contemporary building, but we're now working on this. This is a baby scale apartment building. You can see right here.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So very small. This is a single base plate, 32 by 32 base plate. So apartments with balconies. On the back, you just have more balconies and a garage, things like that. So I have buildings like this times 12, essentially.
Wow. So how many little babies do you have?
Right now,
like a gazillion?
Estimate maybe about 70 to 80.
Wow.
Something like that. Not a lot still, but it's enough for now. It works.
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't know how many different ones are there. Like
there's not a lot.
6 or 8, or is there more?
Like 8 to 10. It's not a lot,
8
really.
To 10? Yeah.
So
you kind of get limited.
So I do want to try somehow and customize some of the blank heads to create different expressions. I haven't gotten there yet. I want to attempt to do that and see what happens.
There was little helmets. I forgot there was a helmet that came out in one of the game boards, one of the old Lego game boards that fits. I think on top of the babies. I think it's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it has like little horns. It's like gray and it has like little.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah,
definitely need that then.
Yeah, because there was a challenge probably a couple 2-3 years ago about baby builds. You know, it's like you had to do a baby build. And it was only on a 16 by 16 base. And I did a Star Wars one, which was the trench run, and I had a couple of babies. But the helmets are way too big. The normal, not the Star Wars helmets that they wear. But yeah, so I had to use a little bit of putty. Stick it in there and stick it on their head.
That works though. Good enough.
Yeah, good enough for the pictures. And then actually, I kept it for a couple of years. I just usually every 2 or 3 years I'll take something apart. After it's made the rounds, a couple of conventions or shows or something. Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then you reuse it for something else. So conventions. So you already mentioned Chicago. You definitely want to do Brick World Chicago?
Yes.
Any others that you're thinking of or wanting to go to or maybe looking at?
So last year, or actually this year, I attended my first international show, Bricks in the Six in Toronto. And actually, had a good time there. So I might try and go again next year as well. So yeah, it was great.
Yep. EB Good says hoping to make it to Brick World Chicago this year and meet you guys in person.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Debo says I'm too lazy to make the crib jokes right now, sadly. he's known for making a lot of jokes in the chat there. Grandma Blue Bricks, pink sparkles babies, blue sparkle baby. Oh, she's giving us all white skeleton, couple of different Christmas ones, couple of Yoda ones, and a turquoise one, and sewer babies. So, love the chat. There's give you all kinds of information. You want to know what's out there?
And I don't have the Christmas ones yet, but I do have most of the other ones.
And then a space baby.
I'm missing. I have those two. I'm missing about 3 or 4, I think, right now.
Grandma Blue Bricks, do you know what the winning lottery numbers are going to be for this week? Just checking. I didn't know if non-Lego question. All right. Too funny. So, any final thoughts before we close it out here?
Paul, can you give me another Lego set? Because you love your favorite little sister.
You still owe me. Actually, it's my birthday next week. You owe me a set, if anything.
I'm gonna build you something. That's what I'm.
There you go. There you go.
Has to be in baby scale. Has to be in baby scale.
Oh, baby scale.
buy babies. Just saying.
There you go.
No
So,
pressure
Nealita,
there.
you can go buy the set and then remock it, rebrick it into something else, and then you can gift it to him.
Let's
And
see
then
your
that
first
means
mock.
whatever you
I
don't.
want to see your first mock. Let's do that.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh,
No pressure at all. No pressure.
that's a lot of pressure.
No, it's not. You could do
Wait,
it.
wait.
You
So,
could
Paul,
do it.
when's your birthday? You said next week?
Halloween, exactly.
Oh, yeah, the clock is ticking.
It's gonna be a little late.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be there on Thanksgiving. You have until then.
Oh, you okay?
Come out Thanksgiving.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go. That is too funny. Oh, and you getting some birthday wishes there. Lewis says, "Happy birthday, Paul." Thanks, BT and Naomi.
Thanks,
You're
Lewis.
welcome.
Thank you.
Paul, any final thoughts?
Just want to say I'm really happy to kind of rekindle our Lego time together. I miss that, and it was a really great experience for us. It was stressful at times, but overall, it was great.
Can you put the card, like put it in writing?
That's okay. Nope, it's staying right here. That's it. Only place you hear this. Pretty much.
That is too funny.
It was great though. I mean, we got past volcano. That was a rough one for us. I recovered nicely, and hopefully we can keep it up and maybe win a challenge at some point. We just play our cards right. So
I hope so.
even top two. I'll take that.
Let me take charge.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. I don't want to go home, so I don't know that.
Okay.
Oh, how funny. Crazy. Yeah. Let's see. There's another one in here. Timmy Al says, great to hear you two. Can't wait to see what else you do on the show. Yeah. And then EB
He is so nice.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Paul. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight. And you can follow Paul on, I'm going to mess this up. Is it Lupa?
Nope. Luop.
Luop.
Yeah.
I put the accent. Luop Bricks on Instagram. Thanks. I appreciate that. Follow Nealita at Builds by Nene on Instagram.
Nene.
Actually,
Nene? Oh, Nene.
Yeah.
Man, I got
over 2.
Over 2. I am sorry. Well, we should cut this, start over. Here we go.
Let's start over, yeah. From the top. Yep.
You can follow me on p.t.mcEwen on Instagram. You are listening to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And if you haven't, like and subscribe to the stream. And if you would like to send snail mail, you can do that to the Brickanista Broadcast Network, P.O. Box 87232, Vancouver, Washington, 98687. And whoops, there we go. Sorry. And with that, I want to say thank you to our guests, Paul and Nealita, for coming and saying hello and telling us about your brick journey and adventures on the LEGOMasters. And with that, as we like to say here on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, if I can ever find it, may the clutch be with you. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Whoop, did it not go? What happened? Ah, that's too funny. Oh, there it is. I clicked the wrong one. Hey, it worked. Oh, that